Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Merry Christmas, baby. My singing voice is terrible. Alright, so what am I drinking? You will see this on next Tuesday. I'm drinking some tea in my Give Kids the World Village cup. Alright, today, Merry Christmas, by the way, in case you didn't get that message. Merry Christmas. I wanted to pop on. I'm pre-recording this, so this is not an actual live Christmas Day video, but I did want to come on and wish you a Merry Christmas. Some of you, I know that you're alone this Christmas morning and maybe you wanted to wake up with a little bit of cinnamon in your cup, and, you know, I wanted to be here for you. I try to always release a video on Christmas Day for anyone who is homebound or alone on Christmas, because nobody deserves to be alone on Christmas. Nobody wants to be alone on Christmas. We're just going to be a singing fool today. Alright, so I'm going to wet my whistle. The reason that I came on today, and because I'm pre-recording this, I have not yet finished my personal stocking, but I wanted to show you the Christmas stockings that I have created. They are living in a project bag because I know that no one is going to go in a project bag to look and peek and see what I bought or I made. So, ta-da! Now, let's see if I can figure this out. I'm going to try to do these in order by me making them, and I'm going to talk about the stockings because some of them were very difficult. Very difficult. Now, keep in mind, I can't even say that anymore. I was going to say I'm not a professional knitter. I am not an experienced knitter. I'm not. There's a lot I don't know. There's a lot I've never tried. There's a lot I have yet to learn, and I need to practice. With that being said, please take it easy on me if there's mistakes, because there are mistakes. These are not meant to be perfect. These are meant to be an I love you gift to my family. I want to give these to my kids and my husband with the idea of that they will have these stockings for years and years to come. Imperfections and all. I will also talk about the pattern that I used, if I can find it. It is not in my project bag anymore. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I have no idea where I put. I will find because I have it downloaded on my phone, which I'm currently filming on. I will find the pattern. It was from Bernat. So I think I found it on the Yarnspirations website. I will link the pattern to these stockings below. The first one is Mr. Cinnamon stocking. I'm going to show it to you. It is very, it is more based off of the pattern than the other stockings that I've done. Because once I realized the construction and how they put together the stocking, I just went on my own. So this is Mr. Cinnamon stocking. I found a website called Mindful Charts or something like that, to where you can make your own knitting charts. And so I made my own knitting chart, and I created the chart for Mr. Cinnamon's name. And this is based off of the pattern from Bernat. Basically the whole stocking, with the exception of the toe, is based off of the pattern. Now I learned a new technique here, which is the wrap and turn. So I know that if you're a crocheter, this means nothing to you, and that's fine. I learned how to wrap and turn here. So this is a wrap and turn heel, and it is garter stitch, so it's thicker and squishier. And then I did a normal toe wedge that I normally do with socks that I learned how to do, and it's very easy. You just decrease on the ends, and that's how that is created. Is made with glitter yarn. The blue yarn, I think this is made entirely out of Red Heart Super Saver, not Super Saver, Red Heart with Love, blue and white, and they are both glittery. And like I said, these are not perfect. This is based off of all the way up to this point. So this whole thing minus this is the Bernat pattern. Very, very easy to follow. And I watched one video on how to do the wrap and turn, And this is so easy. You literally wrap a stitch. You slip it off, wrap it, slip it back, and then you make the row shorter and shorter so that it knits upward like that. And then you fill in some of those gaps. I can't explain it as well as the videos do, but... And then, because when you are carrying the yarn across here, there's a bunch of what you call floats. So there's like threads in there, like yarn threads in there. And I was like, okay, so I can just imagine trying to fill this, and it's going to be a disaster for especially little man, okay? I can just imagine those getting ripped, torn, toys or whatever, candies getting stuck in there. So I lined this, which is why there's a weird seam here. I just picked some fabric that kind of matched. I made a loop out of the same fabric, and this is Mr. Cinnamon's stocking. I'm very, very proud of this, and I think that he is going to love it. He has not yet seen this. He has only seen this part, and he really liked the colors that I chose. So after I did that one, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to get creative. And I was like, okay, Juju. When did Juju? I was like, Juju, what? Vaccine arm, it hurts. I got my booster, and I apologize. I have said this before, but in case you did not see that video, I'm having a reaction to my vaccine booster, and this whole side of my body hurts. Okay, so that is delicious tea. This has string on it. I asked Juju, what symbol do you think of when you think of Christmas? She's all, I don't know. She's 16, you know. And I was like, okay, well, just, can you give me an idea? What, for me, it's Christmas trees. I love Christmas trees. She's all, well, either ornaments or candy canes. And so I'm thinking, okay, trying to do a candy cane seemed very complicated to me. So I'm like, an ornament is a much simpler shape. So I went back to the chart website and I created another couple of charts. I designed this stocking. I mean, the only thing that I kept is I kept the cast on stitches the same. I did the same style. I wanted it to match that as much as possible, but other than that, like, and the heel is the same. It is the wrap and turn, but I did not follow the pattern for this one at all. I just remembered it was a cast on of 60, and I used the charts, and I went from memory, and I'm really proud of this. And yes, there is puckering because I had a really hard time with this ornament, and her name is not perfect. It does not matter. I messed up right here, and I had to tink part of that back, and so like her A looks funny, but that says Juliana in case you can't see. And then there is a Christmas ornament that again is not perfect, but I have come a really long way with my knitting this year, and I'm very, very proud of this. So keep that in mind if you're going to criticize me. Like, this was a gift of love. This was something I designed myself, and I am very proud of it, mistakes and all. So that is hers. And this, it was meant to look like garland. I designed that myself in my head without a chart, and it turned out beautifully. I designed the ornament, which is not perfect, but it's pretty. And then again, I lined hers with some apples and holly. I made a strap for it to hang. So that is Juju's. And then Little Man's gave me the most problems. Well, it seemed like they got progressively harder as I went on because I was not following a pattern. And I think that's why I had such difficulties. Little Man is 7. And because he's 7, his idea of Christmas is Santa Claus and mostly presents. And I'm trying to instill in him the idea of giving instead of receiving. But it's difficult because he's 7. But we're trying. Anyway, so I made his stockings, and I once again designed this with the chart minder thing. I picked his favorite color, which is red. And I designed this one. See his name? Again, not perfect. I don't care that it's not perfect. It puckers a little bit, but I don't care. And his presents go all the way around to the back. These are supposed to be bows, but like, it doesn't, well, Looking at the camera, it looks better than it does in person to me. But this is his stocking. I am very, very proud of it. He just got like a plain tan color inside, which I think I'm going to use that same material for mine. He is coming, so I'm going to put that away because I can hear him. Hang on one second. The presents part, because I designed the chart, the yarn was, and this was a high pain day for me. My hands were absolutely just killing me, and I was knitting tight, and I was trying to knit loose, and it was not working out, and I was getting very frustrated with it. And not only that, like, it's almost Christmas, and I am on a time crunch, and I am trying to run a million places, you know, and we had errands to run, and I was knitting in the car, and I was knitting here, knitting there, knitting everywhere, and it's not perfect, but it's a gift of love, and it puckers. I don't care. He's not going to care. He's 7. He just cares about what's inside. But when he grows up, I hope that he still has that, and that he knows that I loved him. And that's all I care about. Now, let's get on to my stocking. I don't really care for this one a lot either. Like, I have a love-hate relationship. Now, what is going on? And now, Jujus stocking was used with Red Heart with Love, the white, the same white I used on Mr. Cinnamon's. And then the burgundy color was... It's on my shelf somewhere. No, it's somewhere over there. It is the Big Twist yarn from Joann's, the glittery one. Beautiful. It's a little on the thin side next to the With Love, so like there's a little bit of issues there, which I think also led to puckering. And Little Man's was, I think, entirely Big Twist. I'm almost positive. Now mine, I am holding 2 strands together of the Mary Maxim Sparkle. Mary Maxim Sparkle. I'm holding 2 of these together because I wanted a really dark green. And this is a lightweight number 3, and it's a really lightweight. And I am also using the Hirschner Soho, the goldish colored one. The reason I have a love-hate relationship with this is because it reminds me of my grandfather, my birth grandfather, which was not the best role model. I will say that. It reminds me of him a lot, and I don't know why. I think it's just the colors. It looks a little dingy to me. I also did a chart for my name because my name is just 3 letters. You know, I didn't want to do Jennifer. I don't go by Jennifer except on here. I go by Jenny, but I didn't want to do Jenny. So I was like, I go by Jen most often. Most people call me Jen in my real life. So like, I'm going to do Jen. It's only 3 letters. And also, I'm trying to get this done before Christmas. As of the recording of this video, it is Monday. I'm recording this on Monday. And Christmas is a Saturday. And so I want to get it done so that I can wrap presents and do other Christmas related things. So, yeah. In doing that, I made my J with the topper. You know how sometimes you'll have the J with the line across the top? And I was doing it double thick because I'm like, well, it's, you know, it's only 3 letters. Maybe I need to make it bigger. So I was doing it double thick instead of just 1 stitch across. So this is like 3 stitches and then 5 stitches and then 3 stitches. Well, instead I was doing 3 stitches, 3 stitches, 5 stitches, 5 stitches. So it was double thick. And I got all of this done halfway through the E and the J and the N. And I just tell Mr. Cinnamon, I don't know that I like this stocking at all. Like, I'm having a hard time. Like, I don't like the colors that I chose. I think this would be so much prettier with, like, the white that I used in his. And so he looks at it, and he's all, can I see the chart you're working from? I was like, yeah. He's all, do you know that your E is backwards? No. I knit the E backwards. So the E was facing this way. So it was a 3. So it would have been J3N. And this had taken me all day because we were running errands and doing other things while I was trying to fit in this knitting. And I had had my vaccine and I wasn't feeling good. And I sat at the kitchen table and cried for about 10 minutes. And Mr. Cinnamon does this horrible thing that I hate. He stares at me while I'm crying. And I really would just like to be left alone so I can cry and throw my fit in peace. Because that's what it was. I was throwing a fit. I was frustrated with myself. I was frustrated with the stocking. I was just like, why is my stocking so ugly when everyone else's is so beautiful? Even with all the mistakes, like I was hating my stocking. So I had to take back from here. I tried just taking back the E and fixing the E. And then like stuff started to tangle because of the way I was carrying the yarn back and forth. I was like, okay, I gotta take out all those rows. And then when I started taking out those rows, it started to like go in an unusual fashion. So I ended up frogging it all the way back to the green. And then I went upstairs because now I have a tangled mess. All this yarn is just a ball tangled together. By the way, both of these yarns frog beautifully and they didn't stay tangled, which is going to be like a huge benefit to both of those yarns. Although the Mary Maxim Sparkle is not available anymore. But that Soho from Hirschner's, I expected it to stick or tangle. It gave me no problems. So I went upstairs because I really was not feeling good. This was like 6 o'clock. I was like, I just need to go upstairs. I just need to be alone. I need to cry without someone staring at me because he feels bad. He wants to fix. He's a fixer. And a lot of men are. Let me fix your problems. How can I fix this? How can I fix this? And it had already been a really bad day with little man. He was god awful. He was god awful. And it was just a hard day altogether. So I'm like, 6 o'clock, I'm going upstairs. I'm going to cry in peace. And I did. I cried for another 15 minutes on my bed. I sobbed. And it was a mixture of throwing a fit and me really not feeling good and having a god-awful day. And then I said, pull yourself together and fix your stocking. So I sat up in the bed and I started to knit. And then I reconfigured the chart for my name. I didn't do a double think this time. I got the E in the right direction. Right. I got the E in the right direction. Then I tried to do garland like on Jujus without a chart once again. And then without a chart, I did the Christmas tree. And this is as far as I've gotten as of Monday. Because I'm filming this on Monday. The Christmas tree is based off of the Christmas trees from this hat. And it is 3D. It is knits and purls so that it stands up away from the stocking. It is beautiful. This one doesn't barely pucker at all. I mean, it pulls a little bit because this is 3D. So this pulls out. It's meant to stand up away from the stocking, which it does beautifully. Look at that. There's a lot of like where it puffs up and curls out. I love the stocking now. I mean, I still am not real big on the color. It looks dingy to me. Even though that's supposed to be like this beautiful gold. Like it's beautiful up close. But from a distance, it just looks dirty. So I might make myself a different one next year. But so far, so good. And I'm going to put another row of this underneath here, which is why I stopped. Because I stopped. I'm like, I'm going to put another row of that. And then I'm going to continue on. And I'm going to do the heel and the toe in this color. And that is where I am as of Monday. But this will definitely, no questions asked, be done by Christmas Eve. I already bought the things to fill the stockings. And I'm going to line that with the same fabric, which I have a little piece right here. The same fabric that I lined Little Man's with. I really am enjoying making the stockings, imperfections and all. And I think next year, I say this and I know that the same thing is going to happen that happened this year. I have big plans and I don't follow through. I would love to make stockings for my sister's family. For baby Paprika, her husband. I don't even know about her husband, but I have a love-hate relationship with her husband. I respect him as her husband, and I'm never disrespectful to him, but like, he's very, unappreciative. He's not yarn worthy at all. So that's why I hesitate. I will probably make him one anyway, just because like I don't leave anyone out. I want to make one for her and him and for the two girls. And I think that would be just like an awesome, because I'm thinking about like my legacy. Like I want them to have things that when they're grown, I'm going to get emotional. They know that I love them. My mom was not a perfect mom, and I'm emotional because yesterday would have been her birthday. She was born December 19th. She was not a perfect woman. She was not a perfect mom, but I always knew that I was loved. And that's me in a nutshell. I'm not a perfect woman, but I want them to know that they're loved. That's why I make a video on Christmas Day and put it out for you guys, because I want you to know that someone's out there thinking about you. Because I am. Even amongst the chaos of Christmas, spending time with my kids, I am still thinking about you guys. Even though I pre-recorded this, I will be thinking of you on Christmas Day. I can guarantee you that. And as always, you are in my thoughts, my prayers, my love. And I hope you have an amazing Christmas. I hope somebody bought you yarn. And if not, I hope you buy yourself yarn. And if you can't afford yarn, I hope you're spending time with yarn, because yarn loves us. With that being said, from my family to yours, or from my family to you, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.